We are live. Welcome to a post game show. I feel like I haven't said this in a long time, E-Man. Uh, yeah, it's been a while since you've been on, since we've been on, because we've done some Instagram lives.
Oh
But it
yes.
feels good to be back on YouTube, but a little bit nicer setup. All the good stuff. We'll take some calls in later on the show, but the Kings win, big time win tonight in Orlando on the road. First game of the road trip. This is how you set the tone, man. Buddy Hield set the tone tonight, taking his. I I think he went back 2 years ago where he was playing under Dave Joerger, where he had a nice mid-range jump shot, and he went back in time machine, and boom, he came back tonight for a big game, 29 points. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I told one of my buddies that you got to pick up Buddy for the fantasy team. I said he's gonna turn around. He's in Florida. They have fans there. I'm pretty sure he has some family there. I knew he was gonna go off.
And the Heat are getting blown out. They've been getting blown out by the Nuggets. I've been watching the Raptors play too, doing a little scouting on them. Obviously, they run some nice sets defensively. The Kings are going to have trouble with the Raptors with Kyle Lowry's return as well. He's such a smart, pesky player, always taking charges, and they got to watch out for them. I'm sure they'll point that out on film, especially for guys who love to drive like Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox. They got to know where this guy's at because he's going to go under you and take a charge every single time, which is super annoying to me. I think that's a no call, but they literally call that every time, and he takes advantage of the rules, which is fine, but just be aware of that. But tonight, I just got off Luke's call. He said that this was the most consistent game from Buddy Hield since he's been the head coach. Agree or disagree with that?
I agree. I'm on recent memory right now. It's been bad. He hasn't played this well since probably last year. That's something I would say. Um,
Because he did it on both sides of the floor.
yeah, he did. And he was super engaged in communicating, and you can see his frustration when he did miss a block or miss a steal. You
Yeah.
could tell, he would get frustrated. So I can agree. This is the first time in a long time that I've seen Buddy perform really well. Could be trying out for this Magic team, bro. You never know.
Talking about this Magic team, Aaron Gordon, who has been the guy that's been linked to the Kings for a long time. I've been saying for weeks, always tweeting out, talking smack about him, saying that HB is a better player. Even today, I'm like, HB is way better. And some fans didn't like that 2 weeks ago when I was saying that. And I think tonight they may have a change of opinion, a change of heart. But Aaron Gordon to me is underperforming. He's just like robotic in my opinion. He's not smooth. Harrison Barnes is the definition of smooth and slow, smooth and silky. And this guy is, yes, he's a super athlete, but he just seems forced. Did you see that too?
Yeah, I can't believe people agree with you, bro. I mean, you never agree with Leo when he says a Kings player is better than someone. You best believe it because he doesn't say it often.
I don't. I don't. I don't. What I mean, what are you seeing from AG right now that he can improve on?
Dribbling. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah, that's true.
Bringing the ball up and initiating some offense, maybe passing, but I just think he's an undersized big, uh, who's not really a defensive stopper. Rebound, maybe he can rebound, but I see him being more effective offensively. If he's gonna want to stick around and keep getting money in the future.
But that's the thing. He was a really good defender 2 years ago. He was like elite defender 2 years ago. I don't know what has happened. He has
It,
all the athletic ability to be a great defender still. I don't know if it's a scheme or and he's just interested being in Orlando Magic. He might need a change of scenery.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't kept up on the Magic. Maybe he's gotten hurt from the last time we saw him in the dunk contest. Where that's
Yep.
where he was at his peak. Versus now, I don't know what's happened in between that timeline, but yeah, I can agree with you. He did slow down. He has slowed down just a bit.
The guy who I really love is Vooch, man. That guy is just a beast. He's above 40% from beyond the arc. He has a beautiful inside out game, especially in the paint. He has the footwork to go along with the size. He's not great defensively, but he's comparable and he gets away with it because he's big and he's a big body. But my gosh, offensively, he's right under Joker, I would say, in terms of being skilled. He's not the passer that Joker is, but I think he's a better scorer than Joker. Like, this dude has a lot in his bag. Do you Would you like the Kings to go after a guy like him?
Wasn't he Vladdy's guy?
I don't know. Was he?
I remember that being a rumor. They really wanted to get Vooch, and fans over here on the West Coast were getting ready to revolt because they saw another Euro.
I bet now they really regret it, huh?
Yeah, he's a tremendous player. I think Jokic is just a better overall player.
Yeah, for sure.
On both sides, honestly. But Vooch is right there, man. He's not too far behind him. Super effective on this Kings team. That would probably he would be one of the best picks to ever put on a Kings jersey.
Without a doubt. Especially with
If
De'Aaron
he just stuck around
Fox.
here a long time, paired with Fox, that's dangerous.
Yeah, Fox today, man, he was just in grind mode. He was in attack mode. Love seeing this. De'Aaron Fox, I tweeted this out. I said, if he plays like this, there's no reason to believe why they can't compete for a playing game. And I know fans hate that because a lot of fans want to tank, and we're not about that tank life. We're about fish tanks behind us, but not necessarily tanking. We're definitely in that win now mindset. 22 minutes from the guy that he had a really good game tonight, Marvin Bagley. But Giraffe said, why didn't he play more? I said, for them to win games, as we've stated all season long, he needs to play 15 to 22 minutes. And that's what he played tonight, 22 minutes. He still had a great game, but you can't deny how good Rashawn Holmes is. And as Luke said, you can only play 5 guys. And obviously, he'll never throw him under the bus. I mean, that's not what you do as a player or as a head coach. You're not going to say, well, we're better without him. Obviously, he'll never publicly say that. But the reality is he still has a lot of lapses defensively. And I like him, not forcing him, developing him in good minutes. Like how he's playing, how he's getting his buckets inside the paint on second chance opportunities within the flow of the offense. That's how you do it. Now, he still had some blunders, some fumbles tonight where he shot back-to-back threes where we know that he shouldn't be doing things like that. He should be attacking them, not settling. That's what I want him to really get in that mindset, right? And there's still a lot of things that he needs to work on. And I was having this conversation with somebody named Jelly something last night on my film breakdown, which I broke down KD, Bradley Beal, Buddy, and Tyrese, and he kept insisting that obviously there are Bagley lovers still, and they'll defend him to the death blindly. And I understand that there is a huge upside with him, but at some point, I just want the Kings to come out and say, you know what, this is what we're doing. We're tanking, but we're developing him. And for me, I would disagree, but it would be easier to swallow because now, okay, I see the direction. Right now, they're like in the middle. They're like, sometimes we want to win, sometimes we don't want to win. And I have an issue with that. But overall, I think he had a good game today. But if he would have played more minutes, I felt like he could have gotten exposed and given up more defensive assignments. And even offensively, like once he's scoring, which is a good thing, it's giving him confidence. Now he wants to take all these jump shots. And I'm like, dude, no, like stop. Like just do what you've been doing, and that's how you'll succeed, right?
Yeah, I think I'm glad he's balling out. I want his draft stock, trade value, all that to go up, man. Trade season's coming soon, guys. So the rumors are coming out. Buddy too, but if Bagley is mentioned in order to get someone good in return, I'm happy he's balling out.
But what about Bagley have you seen in the last few weeks? Or I would say the last week.
Well, first off, I just want to point out the fact that there are people who have been like he's over his slump. The last 8 games, he's put up this number, this number, this number. I'm like, in 7 of those 8 games, the Kings have been blown out by like 45 points.
Thank you.
He's been playing trash minutes. Stop saying he's improving.
Yeah.
Let's just cut to the chase and get first half stats, and everyone's gonna see how bad he is. But And on top of
E-Man
that,
dropping
because
bombs, bro. Why you gotta hurt the tank comedian like that, bro?
because like because I've seen it too much on Facebook and some maybe, I don't even check Twitter, but Facebook groups they got man
What? You don't check
Baggy's
Twitter?
got
You're the
some
Twitter
supporters,
king.
man.
You're
Baggy's got some supporters on Facebook.
you're the Twitter king.
Facebook groups have been popping, bro. I've been sleeping on that. Shout out to Kingsland.
Oh, shout out to Kingsland, man. Our boy KC and the Kings cast and all those cats out there. Shout outs to them. But yeah, context matters. And I just hate how Katie Hunter and Doug, how they make him better than what he really is on the telecast without giving us any context. He has few individual plays, right, where he looks good, and like, oh man, that's a sign of improvement. But then they don't talk about the individual plays where he looks like straight trash, and you're like, well, if you're gonna praise him, level his brain out, like level him out, balance him out, and keep it real. And that's what we do here. We keep it real, and that's the truth. Like, hey, bro, yes, we see the upside. We've never denied that. But the problem is, if you are looking to develop him and play him 30 minutes a night, you're gonna lose a lot of games. And when you play him under 22, 23 and under, you have a chance to win more games because that means Rashawn Holmes, the best big on this roster, is getting the bulk of those minutes. And even though Whiteside, he was iffy tonight. He had some 24-hour fitness moments in there, but
It's
Rashawn,
funny.
bro, Rashawn's a beast, man.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, that was so funny when he chucked it.
Couldn't stop laughing. Like, what did he just do?
Oh my goodness, man, that was so funny. It's a 24-hour moments. When the
Bro,
biggest guy at 24 hours shooting threes, you're like, dude, you're the biggest guy. Get in
that's
the
that guy. He's that guy. He's like, no, go inside. He's definitely the best teammate, the funniest
Oh
teammate. I think
man.
from a humor standpoint, they got to keep him on the roster on the vet minimum for the rest of his life. Like seriously, Coco, the Black Falcon's here, bro. The Black Falcon's nice. The Black Falcon is nice.
Oh my god.
He's hysterically funny. He's really funny, man.
Clown. Oh man, that was too funny. Some 24. I miss the gym, bro. I miss hooping at the gym.
I'm going crazy,
Oh
bro.
man.
Like I'm literally going mentally crazy without a gym, without being able to hoop, bro. Funny thing is, I sprained my ankle without knowing how I did it, bro. So lately, this all last week, I couldn't hoop because I was getting back into the flow. I was hooping at that high school that's close to my house. For some strange reason, I'm like, why is the inner tendon of my ankle just? And I'm like, bro, sign of age, man. I'm like, this can't be, and I don't even know how it happened. But Rashawn Holmes, obviously Mr. Consistent, and there's a lot of fans who want to dog him because he's essentially a journeyman, right? They'll never give him the credit that he deserves. This guy plays winning basketball, and even yesterday's conversation with that guy Jelly something, he was like, "We'll just trade him to a contender." I'm like, so you're trying to get rid of good players to lose more games? This is the mindset that we got to get fans out of. It's like, no, you want good players to win games, right?
Exactly. When you come up with these trade scenarios, think about Fox. Everyone, think about Fox. Who are you going to surround Fox with to win games? You don't want to surround Fox with draft picks who are going to try to be proven themselves. We've seen it with all these guys. Since Scal came in, Justin Jackson, Harry Giles, like all these guys are just trying to get their foot in the door, stay in this league. And we don't got time for people to be competing for a spot. We need guys who know their role and are going to support Fox. Like we know everyone
Guys like Bazemore.
yeah, everyone on the Kings knows exactly. Everyone on the Kings knows if you want to win, you gotta build around Fox. No more draft picks, no more. But if we get one more draft, what if we get? You're not gonna get a Luka. You're not. The chances of you getting a Luka are super low. Look at the Timberwolves. Look at the Warriors. They tanked, and they're even Wiseman is nowhere near the level that our guy's on right now. Tyrese.
Yep.
Tyrese is like light years ahead of Wiseman,
Yep.
light years ahead of Edwards, and he was drafted at 12. You don't got to tank to get a quality good player.
You don't.
You don't.
Just approach the game the right way. Try to win these games. Try and make the playoffs. Even if it's a 10 seed, say you get the 10 seed and you're not playing on game and you make the playoffs, you're still going to get a lottery pick. Like, you're still going to get anywhere from like 12 to 16. You can get a quality player and just build from there. You got your foundational pieces, Fox and Halliburton. Make no mistake about it. You got your two pieces. Now build around those guys. You can get a quality rotational wing at that spot of the draft, especially if this draft is so loaded, blah, 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 one of the most loaded drafts we've ever seen. If that's the case, then just try and win games. And I get it. Guys want to get the Cade Cunninghams, the Jalen Greens, those type of guys, but I see a lot of Anthony Edwards in those guys. Yes, they're raw and they're athletic, but it's going to take time to develop
Takes
these
time.
guys. And
That's it. That's the
I'm
word,
tired
man.
of waiting for another Bagley to say, well, let's wait 3 years. And like 3 years, and you wasted 3 years of Fox's life.
Exactly.
It's
That's
just like,
that's our that's
stop.
our point right there. That's Cowboy Kingdom's point. We ain't trying to wait 3 more years, because I promise you this: you're not gonna draft the Luca.
You're
You're
not.
not gonna draft these Lucas, Tyrese's. They're rare. They come every so often. You know what I'm saying?
Think
But you
about this.
don't
Donovan Mitchell,
intentionally tank.
Giannis, and Kawhi Leonard, all above 12. All of them.
Yep.
It happens, man. You have to have the right scouting department. And if all these people believe in this new GM and his staff, why wouldn't you believe that they could draft somebody good again next year in a more loaded draft?
Exactly. Exactly, bro. And then on top of that, the next question is, okay, well, if you stop, investing in draft, because a lot of teams build through the draft, you have to do trade or free agency. What type of free agent is gonna want to come play for Sacramento? Well, I'll tell you this: if you guys are winning, if you have a winning culture like the 49ers do, people are gonna put you on the top of their list
Yeah.
when they want to get traded. Matthew Stafford is gonna say, "I want to go to the Niners first. If not that, then I'll go to these other
Aaron
teams."
Rodgers, Deshaun
Exactly.
Watson's.
People who know this is a winning mentality culture, they're a piece away from winning big time. They'll gravitate. Winners will gravitate to your team when they
Yep.
know you're about winning.
And that's something that the Kings aren't right now. The Kings are all
Hmm.
about tanking, developing, and free agents or other guys around the league. They see the Kings as a laughing stock. And that's a great point. The 49ers, they had a lot of injuries, but we know the type of talent that they have on that roster. And even that down year when they got Bosa, like they had the talent and they just got better. Like they added that last piece to a Super Bowl contending team, and now the guy got hurt. First week, second week, I forget, but
Hmm.
that's the type of culture that you're trying to set. It's okay. Let's win now, and the rest will take care of itself. Especially for a small market team like the Kings, you're not going to attract free agents as it is, and if you're losing slash tanking slash developing, good luck. Like
And
good
the
luck.
worst one is you get taxed to be on a team that's tanking, taxed like crazy. So you're losing money.
Welcome to California.
Yeah, I'm not trying. If I was an NBA player, I would not want to be playing for a team that's tanking and losing that much money.
Buddha Moore says Watson got the Jets on his list. And he got the Jets because that's New York, bro. The Kings aren't New York. The Kings aren't Miami. The Kings aren't LA. The 49ers aren't New York. But you got to set the precedent, which is what? Winning. You just have to have them. Even the Raiders, people are like, oh man, let's just lose. After they got eliminated, I think it was second to last week or even third to last week. They still try to win games, and they did win games. They finished 8-8. Why? Because you're trying to set what? The culture of winning. They weren't that far away from being a playoff team. And that's how you want to end the season. Trying to end on a good note, knowing that, hey, we're coming back next year even better. We're a few pieces away on defense. And even if you want to upgrade your quarterback, right? Derek Carr had a phenomenal year. You can go ahead and trade him for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans be like, well, I'm going to get picks and a good quarterback. Like, but the point is, you're setting yourself up for success because you're winning games, and now that becomes enticing to a guy like a Watson or a guy like a Aaron Rodgers who got screwed from his coach. But that's a whole separate conversation. So the point is, try to set the precedent. Try to set this winning mentality that the Kings haven't had for 15 years. 15 years, man. It's been losing, losing, losing. We can't have that no more. You got to start winning. It doesn't matter. You got to start winning. Period. Who else had a good game? Oh, so Buddy, obviously we kind of talked off air. He had a very good game. I was breaking this down yesterday on film. Javier, don't. I'm not accepting calls yet. Yesterday, I talked about how Buddy had to essentially get back to his mid-range game. He did tonight, but what I liked is that he was playing hard on defense. And, that's just an effort thing, and it's going to exert a lot of energy. And that's where he can start missing shots because he's playing so hard. He was playing denial very hard on Fournier, who was a Kings killer, even on the Human Torch, who was it? The Human Torch, bro. That ATL that I pointed out on Twitter, I was hysterically laughing because Jim Cozumore and Doug were like, "Oh my God, what a great ATO!" And then I'm like, I missed it because I was looking at the other games, and then when I went back and I saw, I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean, that's not a great ATO. That's just him being silly. I mean, this dude went in like, what was he thinking? Just a brain fart.
I honestly feel like Orlando doesn't or didn't scout the Kings. Like they only play them, once twice a year. And so I kind of saw like there was a lapse in knowing personnel on the Kings, and the Kings had so much time off. They focused on what Orlando does, and you saw it right there off that ATO. Like what? It's Buddy Hield. Like you don't even need it to study that. Just
Yeah, he's trying to go in. He's trying to go out.
Yeah, on the team, and you're gonna go under a screen.
Yeah, so he finished 7-12 from beyond the arc. Great shooting night, 10-17. De'Aaron Fox, 1-5 from 3, 8 boards, 10 assists. He was 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. He had a very good game. Rashawn Holmes, 20-12. Bagley, 16-12, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Again, Bagley had a good game, man. Without Bagley, they don't win this game. But I like how they're not, again, playing him a lot of minutes, exposing him to get his confidence. This is how you allow a guy to gain confidence, by putting them in the best situations to succeed. One thing, too, that I loved was that Corey Joseph played 13 minutes tonight. That was the highlight of my night tonight, that he played 13 minutes tonight, because he should not be playing more than 13 minutes a night. And I was asking for him to come out even sooner, honestly. I was tweeting in the second quarter, like, man, you got to get this guy out. He's not offering nothing on both sides of the floor. But see, he's a guy, because the Kings lack depth without question. Like, they have 5 good players. Bagley is like average, so just say 6, right? So at that point, you're like, okay, I got to play my 5 good players a lot of minutes, which is Barnes, Holmes, Fox, Hield, and Halliburton. 30 minutes for Halliburton, 38 for Hield, 39 for Fox, 32 for Holmes, 38 from Harrison Barnes. Picture perfect game. That is a picture perfect game, Luke Walton.
Coach of the year, Luke Walton.
You did a great job today, and I was laughing, and I was going to bring this up earlier, but the fact that you were so adamant about me pointing out that Bagley had 4 really good screens in the third quarter, bro, I was dying.
It's depressing, bro. Everyone's like praising him for these little things. I'm like, time out. This is year 3, guys. This is year 3. What was he doing in the offseason? Like shooting? Did he forget about the rest of the game?
He wasn't shooting that much, because he's still very inconsistent. And that's the thing. Like, I also want to point this out and clarify what defines a good shooter, or at least an above-average shooter. Just because you make a certain shot, or just because you have a certain percentage, you have to see how guys miss shots. And the same goes with De'Aaron Fox. He's not a good shooter. Sometimes his misses are just bonkers. They go all over the place. Good shooters miss soft. It gives his guys, for the most part, a chance to get an offensive rebound. Bagley and Fox are not there yet. Let's just be honest. I want them to be there because it benefits the team. But that's what defines a good shooter. Guys who miss soft. And Bagley, yes, he makes some really nice shots, both of them because they're both left-handed and they both have some arc to their shots to their shot sometimes. And it looks really pretty when it goes in. But my God, when it doesn't go in, I mean, it's either an air ball or it's a long miss, and those are not good things, man. So I would hold on. Fans saying, "Well, Bagley got to no, Bagley got to attack. Bagley got to roll. Bagley got to set screens. Bagley got to fight inside, make his presence felt. Use that amazing second jump that everyone raves about. Use those attributes, those strengths. Get yourself going. See the ball go inside the basket, and then you extend your game out." Which is what I said on Twitter. I said, "Look, I like that he took that first three after he made all those layups. I did not like that he took a back-to-back three after he made that three, because then that was an awful miss."
Yeah, I mean, Kings fans would have went nuts if he would have made that second
Oh
one.
my God! Keep shooting, bad. He's he's
Potential!
improving.
Just young, super team.
Oh my gosh, he's a year away. No, for sure. He's at the minimum, he's a year away from being a year away. Um, Hassan Whiteside real fast. 16 minutes, 4-7 from the field, 6 rebounds, 9 points. What did you like from him tonight? Or what did you not like about him tonight besides his 24-hour fitness
The
moments?
jump shot. Oh man, well, I mean, he's slow, but he's a big man. I think he just causes havoc down there. I know guys, if they do get around him, they were able to get layups, but and not every shot was made over him. I mean, he did contest some.
He
Who
did.
was that? Who was that guy who used to play for the Hornets?
Bacon.
Bacon. He's nice, man. I like
Yeah.
him.
He
He's,
didn't
he's a
play
nice.
much tonight, though.
Yeah, he was playing a lot of garbage minutes in the fourth,
Yeah,
but he was hitting, and I respect that. I think
he
it.
started the first, I think, 15 or like the first 7 games for them, and
Yeah.
he was demoted, but he's definitely an interesting player, somebody that I'd look at too, and I know you're trying
If
to hint
yeah, if
at
he's
that.
if he's selling low, I mean, I'd take a waiver on him
I mean, I'd trade him for Robinson for sure.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, without question. Something that a guy that I got to give credit to is Cole Anthony. I was not very high on him coming out the draft. He's little. He's like our height, but he's an extremely, extremely amazing athlete. I mean, this dude got bonkers on his legs, but I wasn't high on him. I thought he was too small to play, and he's shown me a lot. Like, he's smart. He gets buckets. He's tough. He didn't have a great game, but he showed me a lot in terms of he has certain intangibles that I didn't think he had. In 30 minutes, he was 2 and 9, 7 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers. So again, he should be playing a backup, and he was the backup before Markelle Fultz got injured with that tough injury, man. I mean, prayers go out to him. He was starting to really play well again,
Hmm.
find himself, develop after all those years, and that's what we're referring to. Like he's a great example. It took him a while to finally get to this point, and that's what I don't want the Kings to keep doing with these young players. It's like, dude, I just want to win now. Like, I just want to find a guy who has a good feel for the game, which is both from a team aspect and an individual aspect, and that's what Tyrese is. He understands both things. Some players just understand one side, which is fine. But this guy gets both sides. He's a good individual defender, and he's a good team defender. And he has a great feel and great IQ. Those are the guys that you got to be looking for, man. And one thing that I noticed about the American culture is we teach our kids just growing up to win basketball games rather than develop them. And we put such emphasis on winning, which hides a lot of your weaknesses growing up. So from AAU basketball to high school to college, these kids aren't developed. And we're posting all these highlights on House of Highlights and, and ball is life. And we see this insane athleticism from all these kids. But when they get to the next level, we expect them to be great. And they're just not, because we've hidden these weaknesses for so long. And then when they get to the NBA, everything gets exposed. So rather than focus on winning games at an early age, focus on development. And I think that's where high school coaches, college coaches, and again, they're especially college coaches, they're paid to win. So I get it. Like, you're trying to minimize as much of the weaknesses as you can, but at the same time, it's like, man, like even at that 5 to 11-year-old range, you just have to develop these kids. Teach them how to dribble. Teach them how to shoot properly. Teach them how to pass, bounce passes, little things. That way, it starts to develop in their brains. Like seeing these certain sets. Oh yeah, I've seen that. That way, they're not like blindly coming into the NBA where I'm like, man, Bagley played zone in college. Like, what? Like, he should be playing man and just certain NBA sets, and he should have been more prepared. Again, that's Coach K, but I just think that's just American culture in general, bro. And something has to change, man, because I'm tired of just seeing highlights of all these really good athletes, and then when they get to the next level, they're not ready, bro.
Yeah, and GMs are part of that to blame too, bro. If you know this information and you know that all they're doing is, dunking on people's heads and, crossing people over and getting a bunch of views, then that's on you as a GM, and that's
Yep.
on you as the culture. That's because you're just buying into what media hype is about, rather than let's go study, let's go see what he's good at on
Yep.
defense, let's see what type of defense he's doing, see what ATOs he's doing, how he reacts, how he communicates after wins and losses, his interviews, all that has got to be taken into account before you say guy with the most views on Instagram is the guy I'm drafting.
Yep.
It can't be like that. And if GMs are drafting guys who are just super popular because they know that sells tickets, that's on them too. It's just like a systematic thing that, it's got to
Yep.
change. Um,
It's got to change, man. But huge shout out to Valley Tire Center for sponsoring this episode of the CK Podcast / post game show. Got the hat as well from their sister store, Radio Tire Wholesale. So shout out to them. They're having great deals on Toyo and Cooper tires. Make sure you guys support your local businesses. Always, 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 especially now in this tough economy, man. E-Man, I think we've covered a lot of bases today. The Kings win 121-107. Let's give some fans some predictions for the upcoming games. They play Friday against the Raptors, 4:30 start, and then they play the Heat on Saturday. So tough back to back. Give me a record. Let's just go game by game. Kings
well,
Raptors, win or
time out,
lose.
time out, time
Yeah.
out. They won last game, right?
The Knicks, yeah.
They won this game.
Yep.
If they win the next game, I'm dropping the merch.
Oh man, dude, drop the merch now.
No,
Don't do
no,
it.
no. They need to beat a good team. If they do 3 in a row, I drop it.
Dude, they never going three in a row this year, bro.
Hey, that's part of the culture, bro. You can't be saying that. You got to speak positivity to the
Damn
universe.
it, man. Damn it. We never going to see this damn merch.
Oh man.
No, you're right, man. You got to think positive. You got to hope and aim for the top, man. So, win or lose.
They have to win. They have to win if they want to see the merch come to light.
Okay. Kings Heat. 4 in a row or nah?
4 in a row.
Damn.
I don't know why the Kings win in Miami.
And the Heat don't have Jimmy Butler. They don't have Leonard. They don't have Dragic. Heroes out. So they got a lot of players out.
Hey, with the Kings, you never know, man.
That's true. That's true.
That's my fault. That's bad. That's negative. The Kings got this. They're outnumbering them.
We're so trained to think the worst, right? As
we've only been covering them for like the past 4 or 5 years. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, man. So I was going to do it. E-Man says 4 in a row. I like the positivity. I hope they get the 4 games. I'm looking for the 3. I'm dying to see the merch, man. I'm down to see the merch. Boda says 4 in a row as well. Damn, I want what you're smoking, E-Man. That's what Michael Garcia says.
Hey.
No
Mother
comment.
Nature, guys.
No comment. But yeah, we appreciate all the support from every single one of you guys. Make sure you drop a review on iTunes if you do listen on the audio version. And obviously, yesterday I thought yesterday's home session was really good. I pointed out a lot of good stuff from KD, from Brad, especially. I focused a lot on Bradley Beal because I was wondering how he gets his shots because he scores a lot of points. 34 plus every night, and they lose a lot. But I'm like, okay, how is he getting the shots? And even though their defense is atrocious, them and the Kings are the worst two teams in the league in terms of defense. Coach Brooks gets really creative with how he opens them up and how he gets his shots, how he gets him going downhill, how he stops on the dime, how he uses staggers, DHOs, single flare screens, Iverson cuts, all those things to get him open. And I love it, man. So definitely check that film session out from yesterday. We appreciate all the support, and we see y'all on the next one.